Good morning, this is Faith at Faith&books, and I am once again out on my porch on an unseasonably chilly May and rainy May morning, and it's also just after 7, and I am just going to do a quick overview of my book haul. The books that I got when I went thrifting for the first time in over a year. We have a big thrift store that's like a warehouse, and you can get anything from furniture to, strollers, luggage, shoes, racks and racks and racks of clothes, household stuff like pots and pans and dishes, and then they have about at least 4 long rows of books. So it's a fun place to go secondhand book shopping, which is something I do enjoy doing. So let me show you some of my finds. First of all, I'm really proud, not is proud the word, but I'm happy that I got this book, Pergatorio by Dante. I'm about to start reading this. Tomorrow was my plan to start. And I already have Dorothy L. Sayers, and I was going to read the Anthony Solon version for the Dante read-along. I also have Longfellow's, but I was just talking about the Literary Italy podcast that someone I know just started, and this is the translation that they liked. It's the Jean Hollander and Robert Hollander. I had never heard of them before. I'd heard of other people like Ciardi and Pinsky and Musa, but I'd never heard of the Hollander. So when I saw that, and it was only $3.99, those are my chickens again, I decided, what the heck, I'm about to start reading this, and it would be neat to have a different version, because I did read this pretty recently, and oh my goodness, and I did read the Solon version, so it'd be nice to read this one. So I'm excited about that. And then I want to get all the books in the Chronicles of Barset by Anthony Trollope, because that is one of my favorite series. I have The Warden, I have Barchester Towers, I don't have the other ones, and I found this one. So this is the last one, the last Chronicle of Barset. I had no idea when I read it, because I read it on my Kindle, that it was this thick. It flew by. I mean, it just was so engrossing and such a well-told story. I had no idea. How many pages is it? 861. I had no idea it was this thick. It didn't read like that at all. But anyway, so I'm really glad I got that. I think the other two are also Penguin, but they're not in this same style of cover. But still, it doesn't matter. So that was a good find. Then I ran across this. This is a rather handsome edition of Nathaniel Hawthorne's Twice Told Tales. And I have a little project of reading all the works by Nathaniel Hawthorne. I hated him in high school, and I grew to really, really appreciate him in adulthood. I'm trying to read everything, and I didn't have this. So this is a collection of short stories, and it's very nice edition. It really is. It's got these weird wood cut type things. It's got this funny, I don't know what this is. It's like a little insert, and it's I said, who wrote this? It's about Henry Wadsworth Longfellow somehow. I don't understand that, but there's an afterwards here by Edgar Allan Poe from 1842. I've got that printed. Somebody named Julie owned this. Very nice book plate there. Yeah, the introduction is by Longfellow. Anyway, so I'm excited about that. It's a nice hardback. I had never seen this. Oh, it's Reader's Digest edition. So that was a nice find. Then I stumbled across this, the narrative of Sojourner Truth. Now I've read the narrative by Frederick Douglass, and I just developed such a crush on him. I've read that several times, and I've heard of Sojourner Truth, and I've read quotes by her, but I've never actually sat and read this. So I'm gonna make that something to do, to read it, to learn more about Sojourner Truth, because I've heard her name forever. So that was a good find. Then I forget what tag it was, but I remember talking about, I think, what's the name? Jeffrey Householder wrote a young adult or grade middle school kind of level retelling of the exploits of Xenophon when he's trying to get back to the coast when they're trapped in the middle of Persia, was it? Yeah, the Greeks are, and they get abandoned. All the generals are killed, and they have to make their way back. The army has to make their way back through this hostile land. It's really thrilling. It's a very interesting retelling. But I found this. This is a translation of the actual work. So Xenophon, The Expedition of Cyrus, a new translation by Robin Waterfield. So I have been wanting to read the real thing. I mean, it's a translation and not a children's version for a while. So I'm glad I stumbled on that. Then, let's see, what else did I get? Oh, okay. So these were just sort of, I just picked these up because of passing interest. My birds are really loud. So my oldest son's really into George Orwell, and my husband also finds him fascinating. So they've read Homage to Catalonia, and they've read, or my son's read The Road to Wigan Pier, and I guess 1984. And he's really fascinated by the guy. So I just saw this, made me think of my son, Facing Unpleasant Facts, Narrative Essays. So I just thought, I don't know if I'll wind up giving this to him when he comes to visit, or if I'll read some and talk to him about George Orwell, but whatever. That's just knowing that there's this ongoing interest in George Orwell made me pick this one up. And then, just for fun, because of the cheesy cover, I got this Georgette Hare romantic novel, The Tollgate, which I have read. I've read on my Kindle, but and it's a fun one. I enjoy it. It's one of her better ones. But this is just the weirdest cover. It has nothing to do with the story. And she looks very Victorian there to me. True love is worth the price. I don't think that has anything to do with the storyline. So anyway, so I just picked that up because it's fun. I haven't bought a Georgette Hare book, like a real live one. Not something on the Kindle for years now, so I just thought I'd pick that one up. It was the only one I saw by her there. And then I got a couple of religious ones. There's a huge religious section. I got this one by Romano Guardini, Living the Drama of Faith. And I got this because I know that I read stuff by this guy, Romano Guardini. I know, because I have taken a few theology courses, and I know that at some point I read excerpts of things that he had written, but I don't know where. It was like a paper thing that you print off the PDFs. I don't know what I did with them. And I keep hearing, his name keeps popping up, so I saw his name, and I thought, okay, let me see if I can read a little bit more by him. And then the last thing, this is kind of a fun little book, Signs of Life, 20 Catholic Customs and Their Biblical Roots by Scott Hahn. He's a very popular, I think, biblical theologian, I guess you would call him. And he was a Presbyterian minister, but he swam the Tiber, as they say. And he's very, very prolific writer, and he's very accessible. So and this is an abridgment of something that was actually 40 Catholic customs and their biblical roots. This is only 20. So I just thought that would be an interesting read to pick up, and sort of some stuff I know and some stuff I didn't, but I didn't know all the details, and some things are interesting to me that I didn't really know. So I've already been glancing through this one just while I was relaxing. So that's it. That's my haul. I'm pretty happy about it, since I hadn't done anything like that for quite some time. So I appreciate that the numbers are going down and more people are getting vaccinated, and it just seems a little bit more under control. And at least here, things are opening up you know, you can go to a restaurant, you know, they still space the tables and everyone has to mask and that sort of thing. But now you can walk around. If you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask outside if you aren't like in a crowd. If you're just walking from point A to point B or whatever, you don't have to wear a mask. So it's kind of nice. It's lightening up a little bit. Seems like things aren't quite so scary. So, all right, so that's it from me, and I will talk to you later, and happy reading. Bye.